You are now tuned in to Poppy Chulo Radio. You are now tuned in to Poppy Chulo Radio, your web portal for the best in pop culture news and interviews.
Oh, no, I'm not bitter. No, if I was bitter, she'd be dead. People on Jackie Washington Day, they just died. You didn't know that, did you? No, of course not. Nobody talks about it. People just at the washing machine doing laundry. Boop. Jackie Washington Day. Dead.
Binge listen to your favorite Poppy Chulo Radio podcasters discussing some of your favorite television shows. Visit poppychuloradio.com/podcasts for a complete list of all the podcasts that we produce. You will get up-to-date information on whether the podcast is currently releasing new episodes or if it's on hiatus. You will also be able to click a link to either take you to iTunes or the Poppy Chulo Radio archives to download the podcast. To binge listen to your favorite Poppy Chulo Radio podcasts, visit poppychuloradio.com/podcasts.
This is a Poppy Chulo Radio special announcement. PoppyChuloRadio.com is currently looking to expand its web presence, and we're looking for your help. If you're a fan of Poppy Chulo Radio and its signature series, please visit GoFundMe.com/PoppyChuloRadio and help us with our campaign. Every dollar amount donated will be improving the Poppy Chulo Radio experience and making it more interactive and user-friendly. We thank you in advance for your support. This has been a Poppy Chulo Radio special announcement. We now return you to our regularly scheduled programming. The following is a Poppy Chulo Radio original program. The views and opinions expressed in the commentaries and/or interviews in the following program are solely those of the individuals and are not views of Poppy Chulo Radio, its parent, affiliate, or subsidiary companies.
Welcome to Summer Camp, a PoppyChuloRadio.com and iTunes exclusive. Poppy Chulo Radio, pop culture on demand. I'm your host and camp director, Maurice Gatewood. Tonight on Summer Camp, we're going to explore some of Hollywood's campiest flicks, cult classic motion pictures, and fan favorite films. Please welcome my co-host, our director of residential life, Mr. Legionnaire.
I wasn't out of the house 2 hours before my mother turned my room into a den. She calls it a den. I call it a shrine to her ego. When I was growing up, her priorities were her career, her makeup, her hair, and then her children. And that's the best thing that I can say about her. To be fair, she did think about our hair and makeup. I got my first wig at age 3. How many kids get that?
Damn.
All right. And seed, exactly. Our first aid director, the one we call The Voice, Damien Nova.
I don't know where she's been, and I don't know where she's at. All I know is Jack's back.
All right. Our activity leader, the fabulous artist we know as Vanetta. It's Vanetta Berry.
I can't follow all of that. Hi, y'all.
Right? You know what? You can tell me what diva stands for. What was it? Dumb, ignorant, vicious. Beep.
remember. I just thought that the whole movie was so much.
So
Hi,
much. Speaking of so much heat, so much hotness, our head chef, Mr. Derek Anthony.
Tonight we will be serving sour dill pickles with peppermint sticks in the
Peppermint in the middle, man.
That was
some
that
memories.
middle. Fried like with that baby.
That was
That was what?
No salmon packing from the
Interesting.
vending machine.
No, I'm not even.
All right. Before we begin, here's one of our campers on our PA system with a few announcements on how you can interact with us via social media.
Thank you for the intro, and sorry for the microphone feedback. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/PCR Summer Camp. Follow us on Tumblr, summercamp-pcr.tumblr.com. Follow Poppy Chula Radio on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, and YouTube at Poppy Chula Radio. Do you have any questions, suggestions, comments, or concerns? Email us via contact@poppychularadio.com. Help support Poppy Chula Radio financially by visiting GoFundMe.com/PoppyChulaRadio. Help support Poppy Chula Radio financially by visiting GoFundMe.com/PoppyChulaRadio. Are you interested in joining the Poppy Chula Radio team as an on-air personality or blog contributor? Email talent@poppychularadio.com. Binge listen to your favorite Poppy Chula Radio programs by visiting poppychularadio.com/archives. You can also download tonight's broadcast and the rest of the series through iTunes. Just search for Poppy Chula Radio Summer Camp and subscribe. Now, grab some popcorn and some snacks. It's time for your feature presentation. Back to you, camp counselors. Oh, not again. Sorry for the feedback.
Thank you. All right, it's time to fire up the film projector so that we can discuss 1999's Jackie's Back. Here's the official synopsis of the film. Our story centers around Jackie Washington, a 1960s, 1970s R&B diva. After several years of toiling in obscurity, Washington decides to organize her own comeback concert with filmmaker Edward Watson St. John, filming the event. So do I need to ask who's seen this before? Has everyone seen this?
I had not.
Yes!
I knew she was a virgin.
I did.
This movie is one of those movies that someone makes you watch. You have to watch this movie. You have to watch it. I'm like, okay, damn, I'll watch it. And then once you watch it, you're like, it's like a chain letter, you know.
I hope our producer hears that.
So we are going to talk cast, y'all. We are going to at first talk about the main cast. So don't be like it, because you know everybody. You could almost, it'd be easier to say who wasn't in this movie,
Right.
But let's talk about the main cast. Of course, the fabulous Jennifer Lewis as Jackie Washington, the fabulous Tim Curry as Edward Watson St. John.
They were perfect.
You got to pronounce it right. Edward Watson St. John.
St. John.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
St. John.
Blake as Entendre Washington. Give me a whiskey and make it a double entendre. She really just say that.
That joke paid for itself. Let me tell you.
It really did.
It so did.
Make it a double entendre. Okay, I'm the only one that thought that was like hilarious. I'm just like,
No, you were not the only one that thought it was hilarious.
No. Let me tell you something, Maurice. I kind of avoided this movie when it first came out because I've had a very sketchy history with Robert Townsend.
Yes,
I
sir.
enjoyed his first movie, I believe.
Hollywood Shuffle.
Mhm.
Hollywood Shuffle. I enjoyed Hollywood Shuffle. I enjoyed the first couple of Robert Townsend Partners in Crime on HBO. But the movies after Hollywood Shuffle, I was kind of like, yeah, okay. So, you know,
Oh, you mean you didn't like Meteor Man?
Yeah, people keep telling me that movie started out as one thing, and then the studios kind of made him make it into something else. But I don't know. I'm on the same page with you, Derek.
So I avoided it, and then a trip to Detroit with a couple of people, including Legionnaire. And much like you said, somebody said, "No, Derek, you must watch this." And they put it on. I didn't have a choice but to sit there and watch it. So I was in somebody else's house, and I didn't have car keys. And like 10 minutes in, I was like, okay, I was clearly wrong. And when they put it out on DVD, I bought 3 copies.
And you have to because it's hard to find.
It's hard to find.
It's on like
and
it's on Amazon now, but it wasn't
you don't get
for
it
a long time.
I think I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this with somebody. So I'm gonna keep going with the cast because I think some of these other people go beyond cameos. Of course, we had Tangi Ambrose as Shaniqua Summers Wells, the other daughter, the bitter daughter. Whoopi Goldberg is Nurse Ethel Washington, Rue Owens, Jackie's sister. Yeah, she was. I love Whoopi. Was so good. Robert Bailey Jr. was Wilson Wells, the grandson. Lauren Freeman was Kim. Jackie's costume designer Tom Arnold as Marvin Pritz, Jackie's former manager. Okay, now we get into some of the, you know. But Patty Austin.
Loretta Devine.
Baby, Snooki Tate. Oh, Snooki Tate.
Snooki Tate. But some of, you know, but I mean, there were just so many. Isabel Sanford. I mean, even Jo Beth Williams, Kathy Najimy, David Hyde Pierce, Mary Wilson, you know, Richard Lawson, y'all. Richard Lawson. Come on, y'all. Dynasty.
Don Cornelius.
Children.
Don Cornelius. I'm like, really? Diane Carroll? I was like, y'all really did this.
What's that, Derek?
Liza Minnelli.
Right.
Yeah.
Liza fucking Minnelli.
Right.
Charles Barkley. Come on, y'all. I mean, but Diane Carroll. And some of these, like Eddie Cibrian.
Patty Austin.
Taylor Dane.
Yes.
And everyone's favorite. And everyone's favorite right now, Kathy Griffin.
Yes.
You know what? It felt like. Well, first of all, fucking Jennifer Lewis knows everyone. That's first.
Yep.
Second,
Right. Exactly.
Robert Townsend knows everyone. So it's sort of like he was like, okay, look, we need to call as many friends as we both have.
Yep.
And we're going to put them all we're just going to go to their house and we're going to film these interviews.
Right.
And they're going to be in this movie for you because they love you. So I don't know. Like, I think the only ones that were like casted were people like Loretta Devine, who was like an actual character. She didn't play Loretta Devine. She played
right
a character.
Snippy.
Yeah.
Well, see, okay, so we've done a couple movies that have attempted this. The thing that I think works so well with this movie, other than the fact that it's funny as hell, is that everyone that showed up, you were like, you know, the first time I watched it, at least, I was just like, it was all people that you were like, it was cool to see. Unlike a movie like what was that movie we did? New Year's Day? Was it called? when they had like, you know, they were all playing characters, but it was like all these like famous people just kind of show up, you know.
It's one of those studio. It's one of those studio. We got all these people under contract. Let's put them all in the movie. Because eventually it'll appeal to everybody.
And it didn't.
Right. But it took itself way too seriously too. This didn't feel like it took itself nearly as seriously as anything like that.
They were having fun.
Yeah.
I mean, and like you saw, I mean, who would you expect to see Dolly Parton and Isabel Sanford and Julie Haggerty in the same movie, you know? And everyone that popped up was someone that was like really kind of iconic in a way.
Iconic, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
For Dolly Parton to be as funny as she is, like you forget that Dolly Parton is fucking hilarious. Like,
right.
Dolly Parton said, Dolly Parton. Two of my favorite Dolly Parton quotes is one, it costs a lot of money to look this cheap, and the other one is I've been doing this since before Elvis was the king and Little Richard was the queen.
Mm-hmm.
She's always like, it costs a lot of money to look this cheap. She's just like so real in a way. You know, talk people who are real.
Yeah, she's genuine. Yeah, she's really. It's something authentic and genuine about Dolly Parton that even if she just sat there and had her resting bitch face on, it would have been hilarious. Been stupid funny.
So, let's talk about plot. This has a very, and whenever I watch this, I'm like, who are they trying to? Because you can see a little bit of a lot of different kind of divas in her, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And B. Arthur.
And B. Arthur. But some of the music, first of all, Jennifer Lewis is a very talented woman.
Yeah, shit.
And this
the talented woman.
Like, and this would not have worked if it was like, say they had got somebody else to sing the vocals, or you know, I mean,
no,
it was just, you know, it was all her, you know,
right,
unfiltered.
Such a different movie.
She just seems like such a pro. Everything I see her in, whether it's What's Love Got to Do with It, or, you know, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, or Blackish, or whatever, she's just such a pro. And every character is so, you know, even
hilarious.
Hilarious, but even like
she wasn't hilarious in What's Love Got to Do with It. She was. No, but I'm just saying, she was hilarious like one scene.
But she embodies like every.
I was only thinking of the comedy ones.
You know.
All right. Well, when she said, "Why she singing so loud? Why you gotta scream it like a man?" And, like, that was the funniest part. In a very bleak movie, like she made a very funny statement in a very bleak movie, but she was an asshole in that movie.
She sold her daughter.
She did asshole really well. Like like, I ain't like her in that movie, but I was like, wow, you're gross.
She was a little pushy on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air too. She was a little pushy, you know.
That was different though. She was
that was more.
She was just being a black auntie.
Yeah. These ain't my kids. I can say what I want. It was very bad for Fresh Prince.
I had that auntie.
Okay.
Oh, but I forgot a different world also.
Yeah. As the dean.
Yeah.
As a dean.
When I say jump, you better say ha ha. Jump.
Diva Dean, baby.
You know, and I'm sure she's played a judge on Law and Order. Come on now. I don't even know if that's true, but I'm sure she has.
Well, she was a judge. She was on a show where she played a judge, and they canceled it. What was the name of that fucking show? I can't remember the name of it, but she was a judge on it, and she was great.
The name of the show was Courthouse.
Was that the name of it?
Yes.
Was it? Huh, okay.
Interesting. And she is another one of those actresses that has aged so well. You know what I mean? She looks good. I don't know how old she is. I couldn't tell you. How
Is the epitome of black don't crack.
The point. Yeah.
I was watching. I don't know if any of you have seen the show with Aziz Ansari. It's called Master of None.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he was friends with his little black girl friend. They grew up as childhood friends, and Angela Bassett played the mother. And so they went one episode from decade, as them growing up from Thanksgiving every year at their house. And at first I'm looking at it thinking, okay, Angela Bassett's character didn't age at all over that 20 years. And I'm thinking, well, Angela Bassett hasn't really aged over 20 years. That kind of was like, I guess that was kind of realistic,
Yeah.
But Jennifer
Lawrence made Marvel, though.
Think about it. Jennifer Lawrence has gone from playing Lawrence Fishburne's mother-in-law to playing his wife.
Isn't that hilarious?
I'm sorry, what did I say?
You said Jennifer
Lawrence.
I'm so sorry.
No,
we knew what you meant, baby. We know you didn't mean Jennifer fucking Lawrence.
That's a whole new image.
I apologize.
Did you guys know she was really from Kinloch, Missouri?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
There's so much real stuff in this, like her relation. Well, first of all, her relationship with Bette Midler is legendary. So it's like,
because she was one of
she was one of the harlots. So it's sort of, it's interesting, like, to see Bette Midler talk shit, like, because Bette Midler talking shit is always fun. Yeah. Bette Midler is one of the best shit talkers on the internet right now.
No, Bette Midler is one of the best readers on the.
Oh man, her reads are epic. They're epic, and that read for Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, no, I love it when she came for Lady Gaga.
Oh, I missed that one.
She said you can have.
Oh yeah.
She said you can have that. You can have this. You can have the firecracker tits, but the fishtail is mine.
Right.
She came out. Lady Gaga came out in a wheelchair and a mermaid thing.
And a mermaid, yeah.
She didn't know that Bette Midler had done that before.
She always does that bullshit.
It's supposed to be a child, a student of the '80s. I'm like, come on, give me a damn break. But yeah, okay. So this is gonna be like a round robin because there's so much in this movie that if something comes to mind you want to bring up or talk about, just jump on in. But I mean, the basic plot is she's sort of like, I don't really call it so down and out, but she's in that point where she's sort of she's on the decline, or the world has kind of forgotten about Jackie.
Baby, her house is one of the funniest things I have ever seen in my entire life. When she pulls up in that, what was she in, a Dodge Neon or something? And she pulls up. And that house has fucking lions, and it's this little cottage.
Not the actual size.
Not actual size. That was my favorite.
Stupid.
She was so self-involved. I loved it. She was just so self-absorbed. Just like, it was like a blueprint of today's quote divas. You know what I mean? It's like, and just some of the things she was saying was so funny. You think Whitney Houston got another bitch's award on?
Right.
But it was like, it was kind of real. Like I could hear somebody saying that though.
Yeah.
It was.
They all stole from me. Aretha. Diane Carroll. Oh, and B. Arthur.
And B. Arthur.
B. Arthur.
But that was very Shirley. That's a very Shirley Bassey. In one of the songs she sang,
God bless her, she's still alive.
Shirley Bassey. You know, she's the one that's always said she doesn't have the range. She doesn't have the range. Shirley Bassey will read out loud. You know, she didn't. You know,
yeah, and it just pops out of Shirley Bassey's mouth. You don't even have to ask her. Like you, it's she has Reed Tourette syndrome. Like you it's like damn, Shirley, nobody asked you.
It just feels.
My favorite line from Jennifer in this is when they are escorting her out of the house after she stabs Milkman Summers with the Afro pit. Which itself is just saying that out loud is hilarious. And the reporter asked her, Jackie, did the milkman go sour? Sour?
He was sour.
The milkman not deliver. That's what it was. Jackie, did the milkman not deliver? Jackie.
He delivered.
But it was what he delivered. He delivered some shit. That's what he delivered.
I love how the reporter was speaking in headlines. Did your relationship with the milkman go sour? She did say that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, why is she speaking in headlines? Not, you know.
Now, see, okay, so that's where my issue is with this movie, because the Robert Townsend-isms in it was like sometimes, because you're not gonna, even his Robert Townsend-isms, like they didn't overshadow what Jennifer Lewis was doing. Like Jennifer Lewis, every time a Robert Townsend-ism came up, like it was like, oh no, Jennifer Lewis made it funny. Like it was like, if it was anybody else, it wouldn't have been nearly anywhere close to as funny, because Robert Townsend he's very hit or miss. Like the 5 Heartbeats was good because the actors were good, right. But some of those lines in that movie, it was like, oh, like it was like, who wrote this? And it was because of Jennifer Lewis. This is a Jennifer Lewis film. You almost forget that Robert Townsend did anything, because it feels like they're just following Jennifer Lewis and Tim Curry, who is also a laugh riot in this movie. Because his reads are they're so quiet.
They sold my albums in England. Yes, but
right.
I haven't heard any of them.
I wasn't checking for your music back in the day, you know.
Right.
But I think what makes this movie like appealing to me is like, believe it or not, I'm not a big comedy movie watcher, but the fact that it was made in like as a mockumentary, as they call it, made it even that much more funny. Is she really? You believe that she was this person? You know, she really hit all the marks of a diva, of a self-involved.
I want Jackie Washington to be real so bad. Like I want that to be a real person.
I wish that they had at least like a fake. I mean, maybe there is like a soundtrack, like the full songs, like a fake.
Exactly.
I want that so bad. Oh my god, I want that so bad. I would listen to Cookie not Cookie. I would listen to No. I would listen to her blaxploitation song.
Oh, Coco.
Yeah. Coco. I would listen to that song on repeat. It would be that song is so stupid. Stupid. This bitch said
in the beauty.
This bitch right.
Oh god! I mean, it's amazing. Like with all these stars,
I can kill you with my hair.
All the stars in this movie. Her energy drives this movie. Her energy drives this.
Well, now I would say this. I had the honor and pleasure of having a very quick exchange with Jennifer Lewis once via Facebook, because I was a huge fan of her short-lived YouTube project.
With Shangela.
With Shangela.
Right? Yeah.
And I would get up because at that time I had to be at work at 5 in the morning. So I would get up a little extra early because the video would hit about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And I'd make sure to watch it before I left for work. And so I sent her a couple of messages on Facebook once. And we had a very nice exchange. And one of the things I asked her was, when you do these roles, do you get a script, or are you at the point now where they just tell you, this is where we want you to start, this is where we want you to finish, and you go from there? She said, baby, they don't give me scripts anymore. Not for stuff that I do, on TV and everything. They just, they let me go, and then they use what they want.
I mean, even in it was one of the Tyler Perry movies that she played, and she was a wedding planner or something. And at the end, she's like, "I give you Paris," and all these cherubs and shit.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know.
When she was in fucking the Meet the Browns, though, like that, I hate that movie. I hate most Tyler Perry movies, but I hate that movie. But this bitch singing at that funeral, I lost my mind. I was on the floor in that theater, like, oh my God.
Let's talk about The Voice. Where does she get her start? Is anyone really I know you said she sang with Bette Midler, but she has such a strong voice,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I could hear her singing, Troubles of the World or something like that, I would love to see her play Mahalia Jackson in a movie or someone like that, because, when you have these actresses that have this weight to them, I'm not talking about her physical weight, but just weight, with her voice and her abilities. I would love to see her do something dramatic, even though she's dramatic in her comedy. I mean, she's a dramatic comedian, but I would love to see her do something that was dramatic. But I think she's in the zone in her career right now. She's just, whenever I see her, I'm like, I gotta watch that. Whenever she shows up on an episode of Blackish, I mean, literally when she walks into the scene, I hold myself because I know she's about to tickle. She is about to tickle me. And I don't even think that character was meant to be. I think that was a one-shot character, one or two.
Yeah. And they just kept her. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, but that show. I mean, I think the people that they've got to play that extended cast, even Beau Bridges as Beau's father. Was it Beau? It's Jeff Bridges, right? Jeff Bridges. Is it Beau or Jeff? It's Beau.
Jeff.
It's Jeff?
Yeah.
That extended cast of Jennifer Lewis and Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, they're so good. And to have on top of the main cast, it was is so good. I just, for a woman in her whatever age she is, still working and still playing, and still working a lot. I love to see that. I love to see that. So we progressed through the movie with her trying to get this comeback tour. One of my favorite parts is when she goes back to her home city, to her hometown. Because she can't think of
people love me.
She couldn't think of anybody in the business who liked her.
Huge.
Nobody in the business liked her. She just said, wait, so she's trying to think, go back to, where was she from again?
Kinloch, Missouri.
It was Kinloch.
Yeah, go back to it. They love me there. They love me there. You were about to say something, Vanetta?
I was just saying that she was like, I just need to go where they love me already. And she gets there and she's like, they got my play mama. Hey, play mama.
Play mama.
You were an awful child.
Play mama.
So I have to ask a question, and I think Legionnaire and I talked about this a few years ago, but he will remind me because I mentioned it in the intro. So, who here has had the sourdough pickle with the peppermint stick in the center?
Raising my hand.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't like pickles.
Never, ever. I mean, that's a thing.
That was wet. That was.
Oh no! It's a
Chicago.
thing. That's what I know.
It's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
Yeah, that was West Side Chicago all day, every day.
Yeah.
So explain it to me. Is the peppermint stick like a candy cane, or is it like what kind of peppermint stick is it?
It's like a candy cane, you get
it's a candy
That's a
stick.
stripy one.
Yeah, you get a whole pickle, and you literally stick the peppermint in the center, down the center of the pickle, and then you walk home from the candy store because every candy store had pickles and peppermint.
Yep.
And you walk home from the candy store with this pickle wrapped up in these napkins.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And you suck on it.
You suck on it.
And that tastes good?
Oh, child. That was the business.
So my mother always made us.
And I got a child, and I got a. Okay, so.
My mother made us eat it because she said it opened up our sinuses. So like if you had a sniffle, she would be like, "Oh, get that pickle and put that peppermint in there, and you suck on that," and that's what you had to do. Now, if there's any scientific fact in that, I have no idea.
Well,
my mom, she wasn't very scientific about these things, but
but if she was from a southern background, was she?
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana.
I can.
It's very Louisiana, yeah.
I can remember drinking pickle juice.
They make pickle juice pop.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I think that's very very southern. But as far as the big pickles and stuff, we would eat
get
pickles,
them
not
spicy
those.
too.
Mm.
Y'all can have all that.
Maurice, did they have candy stores where you were growing up?
No, I know what you're saying.
Why are y'all laughing?
No, I know what you.
Because it sounded so sad.
Right.
I know what you
guys
mean.
have
But
candy stores?
Did you have a childhood?
well, you know, when candy store, like, you know, they have like the candy factory and stuff, but that stuff came later. You know.
No, I mean like somebody.
Oh, like the Kona stove.
Right. We can go get your
Where they
penny.
sold the candy,
Either
the
corner
penny
store
candies.
Right.
or that lady on the block.
That lady on the
this
block
sold-
that always had candy.
And I will tell you, my
I-
grandmother was the candy lady. We had a candy store.
That's
In
Now,
the
I
house.
remember like people
Baby, you
selling
had a nickel.
remember
you
the
had a bag of
sticks?
candy.
Remember
Yeah.
the sticks you can buy that were different flavors? Like they would be like sticks. So like you were talking about the peppermint sticks,
Pixie stick?
but
Oh, Pixie
sometimes they
stick,
would be like I used to like the root beer ones.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know-
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But you know, for us it was all about the ice cream trucks. You know, and the ice cream trucks sold candy too, and you know, we would have three or four different ice cream. We always passed over the Good Humor Man because he always sold that old fashioned ice cream. You know, it was all about the Snow King and
I
the
had
one
Good
that
Humor
had
Man.
all the candy and all that stuff. But
I
yeah,
didn't know that if they tried to do that in Chicago, that the ice cream man would have got his truck jacked.
I'm about to say he got his truck jacked.
no, it
You
was
crossed the lines, dude. Work your own yard.
it was very suburban Maryland. So you know, yeah, you know, idiot black folks that sold all their nice homes in Northwest DC, which would be $1 million now, and flew out to the Maryland suburbs. But that's a different story. But yeah, it was ice cream trucks and. That's where we got most of our candy, unless we walked up to the 7-Eleven, you know, and you know, but
To answer my question, no, he did not have a child.
yeah, I would think, you know,
We had both in Cleveland when I was in the country, but we had both. We had the you know, the ice cream truck that played really shoddy music. Like you didn't know what the hell that was because the speaker was broken. And then like you had to put it together sort of in your own head. Like it wasn't always done right. But we also had corner stores that they were mostly black owned, and they had like penny candy, and like this was before all the other races took over the corner stores in the inner city black neighborhoods. Yes. But it was very much black owned, you know, Chris's corner store, you know. It wasn't
right.
It wasn't. And they had the pickle, like they had like 3 pickle jars. They had dill, sour, and hot, right?
And
then it was
hot, yeah.
Right. And then it had like the candy stick. I mean, I saw kids do that shit. And listen, I grew up in Germany and Switzerland where everything's pickled. I still didn't want that shit. Y'all can just give me my now laters. And give me some chocolate stick. Like just y'all can have that fucking pickle. I never understood. I was like, that's dinner. I don't understand. Like, you know.
And also we would have a scramble when the ice cream man would come around, and then back then they were black owned ice cream trucks, and they would come through and they would do what was called a scramble, where they were, you know, we get our little money. If we didn't have money, you'd be in them couch cushions looking for change.
Mm-hmm.
But they would do a scramble where they would take like handfuls of candy and stuff, like 2 handfuls of candy, and just throw it out. You talk about the fucking Hunger Games? They would just take like handfuls of candy, just throw it out into a group of children. How smart is that? You talk about people getting punched in the face, grabbed and stuff, you know. So a lot of times we didn't end up even buying anything. But
I don't know. Now I don't know what kind of ghetto that was. They didn't do that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
No, did you grow up in the time of Oliver? Like what the hell? Like
that was
the ice cream man.
Oh no! Let me set one thing. Let me set one thing straight.
It's a hard knock life.
I do not.
That's more.
Can I finish? I have no romanticism about hood life, ghetto life, whatever. You are where you're from. My parents raised me in a middle class neighborhood. We had ice cream trucks, not corner stores. I apologize. I'm telling you my experience because you asked me. Okay.
We had ice cream. And again,
you hit us in your spot. Oh Lord!
I'm just saying, like
look, we had money,
right? Okay.
You poor black people,
right?
I don't play that. No. I don't play that black and an owl bullshit. That's I don't play that shit at all. Okay?
We were black and had money. You were black and didn't. Okay.
I don't even.
All I'm saying is my ice cream truck man, who came around the same time every day, and would often, and he was the good ice cream man because he didn't just sell the long ice cream bars. He also had the soft serve machine in his car, in his truck.
Oh, no, see, I hadn't had all that.
We had the guy with
I wasn't eating nobody's soft serve out of a truck. I'm sorry. That was not happening. My mother would have killed me. Like, oh, where'd you get this? Oh, out of a strange man's truck that was driving down the street. No, thank you.
I got a soft serve guy too.
Enjoyed a good chocolate sundae every now and then.
The soft serve stuff, I think this we would get like if we were out somewhere, but like on the truck, it was mostly just
ma'am.
It was like those strawberry shortcake ones on the stick, or sometimes they had the ones that had the little candy at the bottom of it. It was like a push up, and then it was the kind of orange kind of pushed up. It was a lot of different kind of weird stuff. But like the Good Humor ice cream truck, the one that we thought was boring, really probably sold the best ice cream, but it just didn't have he just didn't have like candy and all that.
Candy out of it.
It's very chocolate. Good Humor was lots of chocolate chocolate.
Lots of vanilla and lots of chocolate. You know, it was just like ice
Yeah.
cream sandwiches. It was plain. You know, for us, we thought it was plain, but you know.
But Jackie's back.
So in 8 minutes, with 8 minutes left. So I mean, just like, did anyone have a favorite cameo?
I loved Whoopi Goldberg as Ethel Mayru Owens. And I love Whoopi Goldberg as Ethel Mayru Owens wearing her name tag that does not say Ethel Mayru Owens because she was shooting that other movie.
Filming of it. Right. What was she shooting? Karina?
No, the one with oh shoot, what is her name? The one where she played the nurse and the girl went to rehab. Girl Interrupted.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was way there. Okay.
Who was okay? So
Yes,
when did the
I
movie?
thought that's where she was from on that one.
When did the
hair.
movie she was in with Neil Patrick Harris come out? Clara's Heart, I think it was called.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that was
that's
Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
Was that after
earlier.
this?
Say
or
that
before
for the
this?
80s, but-
That was earlier
That was
because he
before.
was still
Before.
Doogie.
Oh yeah.
Still a
'cause he
kid.
was little.
He was still Doogie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Poor.
I think my favorite cameo was Kathy and Jimmy. It so came out of nowhere. Like, even as random as this movie already is, like Kathy and Jimmy as the diehard fan of all of her Coco movies.
Her star.
Like, I was like, what? That came out of and she was like at her house, like, and they were like filming her, like she was behind her house.
Right. She shooting her. She in the bushes. It's like, what the hell?
That was it. Took me so off guard because Kathy and Jimmy is a laugh riot for me, and when she came, like, they were like, I was like, are they at her house? Is she in the bushes? Like, but it was never like mentioned again. Like, it was just like there and then not. What?
She was hilarious. I'm trying to think of anyone that I was really, really shocked to see.
You were shocked to see Liza Minnelli?
No.
I don't know how the Africans.
Right. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that was.
And then they
oh,
cut her.
God.
And then they cut her.
Because I want that. Y'all want the soundtracks. I want that footage. Because I want to know what she said next.
Right.
Because it just kind of cut off.
Yeah, because she sort of greeted me with this stiff-armed, you know, kind of, I don't know, because, you know, I don't know how the Africans. So anyway, it's like, what?
Oh, I don't know. I
She
wish
was
I could say I had a favorite.
Oh.
cameo. They were. I mean, all the cameos.
Everybody was a really good sport.
Right. All the cameos were.
I think
great.
just everybody was just a really good sport.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody was such a good sport about it, and had so much, and they all seemed to just have fun with it. You know, even with the little small bit.
I think I was surprised to see Taylor Dane. I don't know why that cameo surprised me. I don't know why. I'm not saying it was my favorite, but I was. She was funny.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah. I mean, they were all really funny, and it was like really, really cool. I mean, some of them I really liked. I don't know that they surprised me, but yeah, they were all just a trip. I mean, there were some that were obscure that were kind of funny, like Donna Pescow. I was like, where did they dig her up?
Yeah, what?
Right.
Like, what? That was just so random.
Or what's her name? Eve Marie Saint?
Eve Marie Saint, right?
Right. Donna Pescow. Didn't she? Who did she play on TV? Angie. Was she in Angie?
She was Angie.
She was Angie, and then Saturday Night Fever.
Right, in Saturday Night.
Right. That's where I know her from.
But all right, y'all. Do you think this movie won any awards?
Well,
It's awarded in the heart of black homosexuals all across the country.
mm,
Well, it was nominated
And it's a
for.
TV movie. Isn't it?
yeah, it was a TV movie.
It was nominated for the Black Reel Awards in 2000 for Best Actress, Best Director, Best Film, and it was an Image Award for Outstanding Television Movie, Miniseries, or Dramatic Special. I would be very curious to know what beat it out. But this is one of those movies where it's like, who cares? It's hilarious.
Right.
That's a specific ass category. Like what?
Right.
What the hell?
Right.
I mean, to tell you how iconic this movie has become, let me paint you a picture. It is a leather weekend, where you have all these butch, leather-clad leather men that are running around trying to get it in all weekend, but they will take those 2 hours on a Saturday night to sit in the crowd into a hotel room to watch Jackie's Back before they can do anything else in the night. That tells you the strength of this movie. They would rather sit down and get their Jackie on before going out to get their trick for the night.
All but one who got an attitude.
Right.
I mean, this movie has so much heart. Like, with all this craziness, it could have very easily taken itself too seriously. But I think you can see that it didn't. I put that on the stars of the movie. That it was just so genuinely, funny. Like, it's not forced. It's not,
So much of it is unscripted. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like 90% of it feels unscripted until you get to like the end, or like some of the parts where they had actual actors trying to get their big break, like the woman who was doing the interview, like the woman who was doing that was the news reporter, and that had actual lines. It was like, yeah, okay, that's not good, but it was like hilarious the way she would sort of pick it up, because who cares about the script? Like it didn't even matter. Like it didn't even until the end where it got corny. But because that was that moment where it was like, this is a Robert Townsend. Who's playing the music? Where's the music coming from? How is she singing without a mic? Like, you start looking at the problems.
At least it didn't have like a night at this museum kind of ending when everybody starts singing that Kool and the Gang song, and then
it might as well have.
No, it had a Robert Townsend ending, which he wound up being an actor doing a commercial for the post office.
Yeah,
ooh, irony.
Yeah. So we're gonna give some awards, and they're gonna be like rapid fire because there's a lot that can apply to this movie.
I know.
See what? Well, I mean, the awards are so obvious, and we're like, okay, who was the diva?
Right.
Tim Curry.
Who was the diva? Who was the best? Who was the librarian?
Tim Curry.
And the diva has to be Jennifer.
Yeah.
The
Tim
Mickey
Curry
Rooney,
had some of the best quiet reads, though.
The Mickey Rooney Award for Excellence in Child Acting. The little grandson.
Little Wilson.
He was cute. Yeah. He was another Robert Townsendism. Like, it was like, fuck this kid. Like, this fucking corny ass kid.
So, what was the moment that made you gag?
Oh,
look at me.
They wrote on said better. No, I'm not better. If I was better, she'd be dead. That's when I lost myself. That's when I went to the high room. Upper room.
What was the sexiest moment?
Love Goddess. You want fried rice with that, baby? And fried
the
rice.
rehearsal for Love Goddess.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. Who are them skinny boys over there?
Right. She wasn't having that.
That's all we could afford, Mama.
Right. And did you notice they had to hide the one that was actually built nice and looked good? Like he was behind everything. like shit, he looks too good. We can't have him all in the front.
Funny. Let's see, what was the OMG moment? Actually, let's tie it in with the most non-politically correct moment.
Well, the most non-politically correct moment was Ruski Bastard.
Right.
Ruski Bastard?
I think the OMG moment was, you heard her! I need some bastard ham!
Well, also, when they were talking about how she was saying white people smell like wet potato chips, that's not very... That's not very PC. But
and then Play Mama said the same thing.
Right.
You got that white boy out, them white people out here smelling like wet potato chips. You know how they smell when they get wet.
So you know where she got it from. That's hilarious. All right, let's rate. Let's rate this. I'm going to start with you, Vanetta.
This is my first time seeing this movie, and I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. I didn't realize it was a mockumentary before watching it. And then about 2 minutes in, I was like, yes, it's a mockumentary. Yay. And so then I just laughed out loud to myself because I watched it by myself because my kids are gone. So, yeah, I got to watch it by myself, and it was really great. So I think I'm going to give it 7 marshmallows.
All right, Legionnaire.
Oh, this is easy. This gets 10 marshmallows. Absolutely. It's not a perfect movie, but every time I watch it, I laugh. I laugh out loud. I laugh hard. I quote it probably at some point once a week, and I absolutely celebrate July 15th every year, Jackie Washington.
Yeah,
Jackie Washington Day. You know people drop dead on Jackie Washington Day.
So yes.
And then when she did the little, the thing, when she played dead, that was hilarious.
Mm-hmm. People just washing clothes.
Dead.
All right, Damien, what will you give this movie?
This is a hard one for me because I really hate Robert Townsend movies. But every time one of his isms popped up, it just made me cringe. But Jennifer Lewis is perfection in everything she ever does ever. Even her Instagram videos are like, I want them to be longer so bad. Like I want everything she does to be longer. And this is one of those instances because this movie is kind of short. And I could really, it could really go on for another 2 hours. As long as you keep his isms to a minimum. So, just 8 stars just for Look at Me. Because Look at Me still makes me pee on myself.
I love that
Look at Me.
Look at me.
And her performance, and it's not even the lyrics, like her performance of it is so over the top and payable. Like it's so ridiculous. And it's, it's so good. It's,
yeah. This is like,
oh.
yeah.
Oh, and I'm a Bad Mama Jama. I'm a Bad Mama Jama is also one of my favorite songs too. Like, I'm a Bad Mama Jama. It's so great.
Oh, that's Sookie Sookie.
Sookie. Yes. Sookie,
all right, Derek.
I need that song. I need that soundtrack so bad.
All right, Mr. Derek Anthony.
I'm going to have to give this one a 9.5. A lot for what Damien said about you can tell where Robert Townsend kind of stuck his finger in, and it was like, okay, that's Robert Townsend. But yeah, the music, and I mean, it is stuff that we didn't even really get into.
Right.
The stuntman that learned the dance choreography for Coco 5 minutes before they shot the scene. Essence of Jackie, which can be used as a chip tip. You know, your Heisman Trophy is under 50 feet of water up in Lake Hollywood. Happy swimming bastard.
Funny.
It's just it. There's no lull in the movie. It keeps you going. And I love the quietness of Entendre. Nobody that she should be recognized because her stuff when she's sitting in the back. You know, her whole Stockholm syndrome thing is absolutely hilarious. So yeah, I got to go 9.5 on this one.
All right, 9.5. Well, I'm going to give it a 10, just because with the little flaws that are in the movie, it delivers everything for me. You know, since I'm not a big comedy fan, something that makes me laugh out loud, I just, I have to give it a 10. Just the performances were so good. Just her and Tim Curry alone. Those two had me just dying. And I thought it was just cast perfectly. Like, I couldn't imagine anyone else playing Jackie and have it be, this funny a movie. So I give it a 10 marshmallows for me. All right, everyone, it's time to report back to their cabins. Your bunk beds are waiting for you. Join us next time for a brand new installment of Summer Camp. Once again, here's one of our campers on our PA system with a few announcements on how you can interact with us via social media.
Thank you for the intro. Binge listen to your favorite Poppy Chula Radio programs by visiting poppychularadio.com/archives. You can also download tonight's broadcast and the rest of the series through iTunes. Just search for Poppy Chula Radio Summer Camp and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/PCR Summer Camp. Follow us on Tumblr, summercamp-pcr.tumblr.com. Follow Poppy Chula Radio on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, and YouTube at Poppy Chula Radio. Do you have any questions, suggestions, comments, or concerns? Email us via contact@poppychularadio.com. Help support Poppy Chula Radio financially by visiting gofundme.com/poppychularadio. Help support Poppy Chula Radio financially by visiting gofundme.com/poppychularadio. Are you interested in joining the Poppy Chula Radio team as an on-air personality or blog contributor? Email talent@poppychularadio.com. Now, back to you, camp counselors.
Thank you. My fellow camp counselors, please wish our campers and the listeners a good night.
Yeah, well, people say a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, and remember, campers, a diva is a larger-than-life creature who can turn on a dime or on a friend.
Why is that woman singing my song?
Poor Peaches was in the ground. Almost. Goodbye, y'all.
Alrighty. Thanks for tuning in. Good night and lights out.